Hello and welcome to Katrinas Creations. This is the Friday edition, and this week and next week are also going to be the yarn sale editions because I am going through some of my stash again and getting rid of things that aren't going to work for me or that I just haven't used. So before I get started, don't forget to stay tuned tomorrow. That will be Saturday, May 3rd, because we will be announcing the giveaway winner for the yarn. So if you haven't entered already, go over to the video. I will put a link right here and you can enter over there, and I will be drawing a winner and announcing it on tomorrow's video. So let's get started with the yarn sale. I'll tell you up front how I'm setting this up. It's pretty much how I've done it in the past. What I do is if you tell me you want it, you contact me over at my email, which is KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Tell me what it is you want, if it's still available. I get your address, I mail it to you, and then I let you know what the total cost is, and you ship me. It's an honor system, and then you send me the money for it, either PayPal or Venmo or a check. The cost that I'm going to be sharing is just for the yarn. So the cost for shipping is in addition to that. That's why I don't tell you the final price until after I've shipped it, because I don't know what the shipping cost is going to be, and I don't know it varies on where you live. So yeah, so I tell you the cost of the yarn, and then I let you know whatever the shipping is going to be in addition to that. So today's video is going to be all mostly luxury yarns, like wools, merinos, things like that. I have a linen. Next week's video is going to be acrylic yarn. I have a lot of Lion brand, including a lot of shawl in a cake and shawl in a ball, and I have some mandala as well. So if you're not into more luxury yarns, although I'm selling them cheap, if you're not into that, then make sure you stay tuned next week, because next week will be more of the acrylic and man-made fibers. So let's get started. The first is yarn I got from Hobium. This is Kartopu Wool Basic. It is an antique gold color. It's 100 grams. I have one skein and almost a whole skein. This I'm throwing in for free. So if you buy this, you get this for free because it's some that I used. It does not have a color. It just has a number. And that is 558, but it is an antique gold. It reminds me of the shag carpet my parents had back in the 70s. So anyway, that is the first one. This is $5, and that includes this one as well. So that is the first one from Hobium. And I arrived at these prices by actually going on to either the site or to eBay, seeing what they're currently listed, and then discounting it off of that. So the next Hobium yarn I have, and this one, it does it tell what it's made of? I know there's, oh, here we go. This one, by the way, is 30% wool, 70% acrylic. So it does have some acrylic in it. It's 30/70. This next one is Kartopu Angora Natural. I have 4 skeins of this. Let's see, it is a 10% wool, 10% mohair, and 50% acrylic. Now, it's very soft, but I have found out I'm allergic to it apparently. Every time I wear it, I itch. It feels soft, but for some reason it just does not do well with my skin. I made a sweater out of it, which now I can't wear the sweater unless I wear something underneath. But it is very nice yarn. It does not have a weight on it. It says it's a 4-ply. I would say it's more like a fingering weight. I think this is European 4-ply. There's 580 yards per skein, and I have 4 complete skeins, and then this little bit which would of course get thrown in. So you can purchase these one or all. They're $5 a piece for them. So there it is, and like I said, you get this little bit of extra tossed in because I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, so there's that. So now we're getting into some knit crate yarns. The first one that I have is Audine wool. I have two separate skeins of this. Both of these are Audine wool's Calm. This color is called Matcha. This color is called Exhale. And it's interesting because on the label they spelled exhale wrong. If you look at it, see, they spelled it wrong. But anyway, it's Exhale. This is a green in case it isn't showing up, and this is kind of a denim blue. They're both very pretty. They're kind of a heathered color. Here's the gold, or here's the green. And here is the blue. I'll tell you a little bit about them. They are both, they're 80% wool, 10% silk, 10% mohair. Again, I have the mohair issue. They are DK weight, and there's 231 yards per skein. So as a set, these two together would be $25, and these two together would be $25. So it includes both skeins with that. So they're $25 for these, which may sound like a lot, but by the time Knit Crate stopped selling things, they were selling, I think I was paying between $37 and $42, somewhere around there. So I did go on eBay and check these to see what they're going for, and then I discounted it even more, less than that. So, because if you're not aware, Knit Crate's not in business anymore, so these are yarns you can't get anymore. So $25 for these two and for these two. The next Knit Crate that I have is Knitology, and this is called Glowing Worsted, and the color is called Flying Trapeze. And this is super, super soft. I just don't need anything in this color. If it's not showing up well, it is a real light sagey green, kind of a grayish sagey green. And in all honesty, it looks really good up against the matcha. But yeah. Anyway, this is Knitology. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The color is Flying Trapeze. It is a worsted weight. It is 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, 30% alpaca. That explains why it is so soft. There's 150 yards per skein. So both skeins together are $25. The next knit crate that I have is Audine wool's Sleek, and this color is Utopia. It's kind of a minty green, leaning toward blue. To me, it looks more like a light blue. The color is Utopia. The content of these are 55% fine merino wool, 30% baby alpaca, 15% mulberry silk. There's 220 yards per skein. And like I said, it's in some lights it looks more of a minty color, and then others it looks more blue. So there it is. And this is $25. And then the last knit crate that I have is Vitalana Celestial. And I have two skeins of this color, which is Amalfia, like the Amalfi Coast over in Italy. And then I have one skein of, what is this color called? This is Europa. This is Europa. So it's kind of a burnt orangey color. There you can see it. It's kind of a burnt orangey color. And this one is called the Amalthea. And it is more of a reddish rust. They're not going to go together, as you can see. This is definitely more of an orangey rust. This is kind of a raspberry-ish. It's not even, but it's not a bright raspberry. I don't know how to describe it. It is a rusty maroony kind of color. So this pair is $25, and this one as just one skein would be $12.50. So, because I don't have another one of these skeins. So the next thing I have, let me move all this other yarn out of the way. As you can see, I've been doing a little house cleaning here. The next one I have is Ella Rae, and this is Ella Rae Cozy Soft Prints. I have 2 skeins of it. I think I bought this at my local yarn store years ago because I like these colors, and I realized apparently I really like these colors because I have an overabundance of these colors. But yeah, there it is. And here's, want to see something funny? Well, in real life it goes together. I don't know how well it's going to show up together in the picture, but yeah, that knit crate that was the minty color actually has some of this in it. So this is teals and purples. It's called Tahiti Rain, and let's see, it is 75% acrylic, 25% wool. It is soft, not as soft as like alpaca would be, but it is soft. And it is machine washable. There are 213 yards per skein, and it is a 3-weight. So there's that one. And these together are $12. So they're $6 a skein, 2 for $12. Next one is Cascade Yarns Elysian, which is a 60% superwash merino wool and 40% acrylic. And again, it kind of goes with this. It is a 4-weight though, but it's a light for it being 4-weight, it doesn't feel a whole lot different than a 3-weight. It's a light 4-weight. And does it have a color before I hold it up to show it to you? It just has a dye lot. It says dye lot 01. There's no name, color name for it. Let's see. It is 219 yards. It is machine washable. So here it is. So this is Elysian. And this is $8. I think they're currently going for around 10 or 12, something like that. So that one's $8. The next one is some wool. Now this is what they call rustic wool. It's not scratchy, but it is a more rustic. It's not as soft, of course, as like these wools. It's not a merino, but it is a rustic wool. It's, I would say, fingering weight. There's no label on this. I bought this up at Peter Patch's Yarn up in Cranston, Rhode Island years ago with the intention to make a sweater, and I never did. And now I have a lot of blue yarn because I bought more blue yarn and I don't need all this blue yarn. I forget how much is here. I'm thinking there's somewhere about a pound, because if I remember rightly, you had to buy it in 1 pound or 2 pound lots to get this. So this is $12 for this. So I have no idea what the yardage is, but I know it's a lot. So anyway, you can see it's bigger than my head. So this is $12. Next, I have some loops and threads. Here you see it, loops and threads. And as you can see, I tend to like these same type of colors, so more of abundance. I don't remember where I got this from. It is Joy DK. It is 232 yards. And what is the fiber content? The color is mojito. I don't drink, so I know that's a drink, but I have no idea whether that's anything to do with it or not, but that's the color. Let's see, does it say? Oh, I just read it. It's a Joy DK, so yes, it's a DK weight. So there it is up close. And that is $10. It's currently selling for like $12.50, so I'm selling it for $10. The next one is some SMC Select Silk Wool, It is a braided, I have 2 skeins of this. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, it is a chain ply, as you can see there. It is chain plied. It is 131 yards per skein. This one, the band broke on it, but it's all there. I have not used it, but as a result, it's not as neat here because the band broke and it got a little unruly. But anyway, it is 27. I'm having to see if I can see it on this ball band a little bit better because I don't want to break the other ball band being able to read what it says. Okay, it is 64% new wool, 27% silk, and 9% polyamide. And yeah, I said what the yardage was on it, 131 yards. So these 2 together are $10. The next one I have is Katia Bombay. Let me pull this out here. I have 3 skeins of it. Here's the one with the ball band. This one, the ball band fell off. This one I had rolled up to start something and then never ended up doing it. So it has been rolled already, but there's 3 total skeins altogether. So like I said, I haven't used any of it. It is mercerized cotton. It is 100% cotton. The color is 2021, so it doesn't have a name to it. Is there a yarn weight? There's 251 yards. It does not have a yarn weight on it, but I would say it's between like a fingering to sock weight. Let me see if I can hold this up so you can kind of see it. So you can see it on my finger. I would say it's fingering to sock weight, although you wouldn't make socks out of 100% cotton because they're going to stretch out of shape and never stretch back. But it is really pretty. It's greens and grays and kind of a chartreuse. So these 3 skeins together, they are currently selling for $8 a skein, but I'm selling the whole bunch together for $20. Then I have a random bag of wool. Some of it I know what it is. This I know is LRA. It's still got the label on it. This I don't know what it is. It's really pretty colors. They're kind of muted colors. I can feel it's wool, but I don't know where I got it from. It is a rustic wool, so it is a scratchier wool. There's most of the yarn in here is a little more rustic than your real soft stuff, although the LRA is not bad. This is also a rustic wool, and it's kind of in a rose color. And then I have some Knit Picks palette, and I have used some of this yarn, so just so you are aware of it. This color is Briar Heather, and it does have a heathered color to it. And here's another Knit Picks palette. This one, I don't, although these 2 I maybe haven't used because the ball band is still in them. It's gotten broken in this one, but I maybe haven't used it. If I have, it was very, very little. This one is called Coriander Heather. So you can see that one. And then the last yarn I have, I think this was yarn. I had 2 yarns that were very similar in color to this. One was Yakima, and it was very similar to this color, but I don't think this is it because this isn't as soft. The Yakima yarn that was I knitted a scarf out of was extremely soft. This I think I got up at Mother of Pearl in Maine, in Freeport, Maine. and the color was very similar. It's like a ruby red. It's a tonal ruby red. It's really, really pretty. Now this is soft yarn. I couldn't begin to tell you how much is left here, but it is about like a sock weight or light, maybe a number 3 weight. So yeah, so there's that whole bag of yarn, and because I don't know what most of it is, the whole bag is $10. So the knit picks alone runs $3 or $4 a piece. So yeah, so anyway, that's $10. And then the last yarn I have is actually, it's a Lion brand. It is Touch of Linen. I have 2 of these. It's kind of a celery color. There you can see it. I have not used any of the yarn in these. It is 197 yards. It's a 4 weight, although me looking at it, I think it's more like a 3 weight, but they're saying it's a 4 weight. It is 51% cotton, or no, 51%, yeah, 51% cotton, 49% linen. And the color is called leek, like the vegetable leek. So there it is. And these 2 together are $8. They're $4 a skein. They are selling for like $6 a skein where I could find them. So I'm selling them for $4 a skein or $8 for the 2. So if you are interested in any of these yarns, you can contact me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Let me know you're interested. I'll get back to you, let you know how much, if they're still available, and what the total would be. And yeah, and if you want to buy more than one grouping or whatever, we can always negotiate a little bit on the price too. So make sure, if you haven't already, check in for tomorrow to see if you are a winner in the yarn giveaway, and be sure to stay tuned next Friday, because next Friday I will be doing a bunch of Lion brand yarn that I'm going to be destashing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye everybody.